Questions over political alliances and leadership are now intensifying in Kenya, especially after reports of a secret meeting between Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka and the Homa Bay Governor Gladys Wanga, who also serves as the chairperson of the Orange Democratic Party. Welcome to Kenya Lens Media, where we talk politics, we analyze politics, and also we give you news updates. And if you are new here, kindly consider subscribing. Now, the clarification has been made during a church service on April 12, 2026 at Sekuru Independent Faith Baptist Church, where Kalonzo Musyoka addressed members of the congregation and responded to claims that he had circulated widely in political circles. The reports had suggested that Kalonzo Musyoka and the Governor Gladys Wanga met discreetly in Nairobi in what was described as a closed-door meeting involving a small group of leaders. According to those reports, the alleged meeting took place late in the evening and extended for several hours. However, Kalonzo has firmly dismissed those claims. He stated that his political engagements are open and transparent and that he has nothing to conceal in his interactions with the other leaders. Here is the tip.
I had a secret meeting na Governor Gladys Wanga. No, mimi sio mtu wa kufanya mikutano ya siri. Okay? Mahali nimefika niogope nani? I only respect, naogopa Mwenyezi Mungu ambaye ametupatia uhai. Ameona ni vizuri nizaliwe hapa mahali pagumu namna hii, but that ukame does not live in our minds. I am telling you, we are ready to lead this nation. Because
the denial comes at a time when political realignments and internal discussions within opposition circles are drawing increased public attention. The mention of Governor Gladys Wanga in the reports is particularly significant, and as a prominent leader within the Orange Democratic Movement, a perceived engagement with leaders outside the immediate political space has attracted interest and also speculation. Neither Kalonzo nor Wanga had publicly addressed the reports before the church service, and Kalonzo's remarks therefore mark the first direct response to the claims. His choice of venue, a church gathering, also reflects a broader pattern in Kenyan politics, where religious platforms often serve as spaces for leaders to communicate key messages to the public. During the same address, Kalonzo spoke about leadership, faith, and the direction of the country. He emphasized the role of faith in governance, noting that Kenya's constitutional framework recognizes the place of God in the national life. These remarks formed part of the wider message aimed at reinforcing his political and personal values, and at the same time the context surrounding the alleged meeting remains important. Reports had linked the supposed discussions to tensions within a broad-based political coalition, and these tensions have been associated with the disagreements over political strategy, including proposals on zoning and coordination among allied parties. In particular, there have been differences following responses from allies of President William Ruto and his United Democratic Alliance. These differences have contributed to an environment where any reported meeting between key leaders is closely scrutinized. Against this backdrop, Kalonzo's denial seeks to address not only the specific claim, but also the broader narrative of behind-the-scenes political maneuvering. Beyond the issue of the alleged meeting, Kalonzo used the platform to speak on national leadership. He expressed concerns about the direction the country is taking, framing his remarks within the context of the democratic processes. He indicated that political change in Kenya should occur through lawful and constitutional means, and these comments also touched on recent events involving public order and security. He referenced the incidents in which force was allegedly used against citizens and also political leaders. These remarks appear to be linked to events that took place a day earlier in Kikuyu, Kiambu County, and during these events, opposition leaders, including Kalonzo, were expected to attend a rally. However, the gathering was disrupted by unrest and also security operations. Reports from the ground indicated that police used tear gas to disperse crowds and also restore order after roads were blocked and movement disrupted. Kalonzo has raised concerns about how the situation was handled, and he suggested that the security forces were deployed in a manner that affected those, both leaders and supporters who had gathered. According to his account, some vehicles within the convoy were damaged during the confrontation, and these claims have not been independently verified by authorities at the time of reporting. However, they have added an ongoing discussion about the management of political gatherings and the role of security agencies. The events in Kikuyu have become part of the broader conversation about political space and public order in the country. They also highlight the challenges of balancing the right to assemble with the need to maintain security. And for many Kenyans, these developments raise important questions. How should political leaders engage with each other in a period of heightened competition? What role should transparency play in political discussions? And how should institutions respond to claims and counterclaims in a way that maintains public trust? Kalonzo's remarks reflect an effort to position himself within this evolving landscape, and by denying the existence of a secret meeting, he seeks to reinforce an image of openness and also accountability. At the same time, his comments on national leadership and recent events signal a continued engagement with key political issues. The mention of Governor Gladys Wanga also underscores the interconnected nature of political relationships in Kenya. Leaders from different parties and regions often interact, whether publicly or privately, and such interactions can be interpreted in multiple ways, depending on the context and also timing. And in this case, the reported meeting, though denied, became a focal point for wider discussions about alliances and also strategy. As the political environment continues to evolve, such discussions are likely to remain a constant figure, and the role of communication, both formal and informal, will be critical in shaping public understanding. And for now, the focus remains on clarity and verification. Kalonzo's statements provide one side of the story. Further responses, if any, from other leaders involved may add additional context, and also across the country, citizens continue to follow these developments closely. Political statements, especially those made in public forums, carry significant weight. They influence perception, they shape debate, and also they contribute to the overall political climate. In the days ahead, attention is likely to remain on how leaders navigate these issues. The balance between transparency and strategy, between public engagement and private discussion, will continue to define the political space. For Kalonzo Musyoka, the message delivered in Sekuru was clear. He rejects claims of secrecy, he emphasizes openness, and also continues to engage with the national issues from opposition and also within within his position. As political conversations deepen and alliances come under scrutiny, the call for transparency remains central to a nation watching closely. That is all for today from Kenya Lens Media. We bring you news updates as they break. We talk politics and also we analyze them. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring in a new content.